Well, welcome to creating a self-love lifestyle. Um, this has been really such a wonderful opportunity for me to share with you so many different aspects about self-love, but also in creating the self-love lifestyle. It is the integration of these principles of self-love that actually are here to help you to build the lifestyle. As you know, I'm Marcy Newman. I'm known as the Heart Shift Coach. And as the weeks go on, we're going to also start to look at how heart shifting is an essential aspect of creating a self love lifestyle. So I'll be telling you more about that in the days to come. But today I want to talk about the importance of integrity in self love. And that is self love itself as an energy, as well as creating a self love lifestyle. So let's begin first by talking about what self love is. Again, I can't emphasize enough that self love is the acceptance that you are a divine being. You are the embodiment of the God consciousness here in human form. What that means, of course, is that when the human form no longer exists, you are still the consciousness of God, which means that you are still the creative force. So, if I were to look in a dictionary about the definition of integrity and how this relates, of course, is integrity is defined very often as honesty, right? You're an integrous person if you're an honest and truthful person. But there are other definitions or other words that are used to describe integrity. And so, what are some of those words? Well, if something is integrous, we know that it is whole, right? It sticks together. It is whole. It's undivided. It's a unified expression, you might say. And it's what is considered to be able to function in its wholeness. So if we look first at self love being the embodiment of the God consciousness, we have to step back for a moment and ask ourselves, well, what does the consciousness of God look like? Is it integrous? And of course, it is 100% integrous. That's what makes it the elevated energy that has the capacity to create all things because it contains all things, all potential. And so the God consciousness, then, we often refer to as a stream of consciousness. It's whole, it's complete, because it holds all potentiality within it. It is already complete. We talk about the consciousness of God as being undivided. It is unified in its message that it is love. There's nothing outside of it. And in fact, it is integrous to the degree, and a lot of us have difficulty wrapping our heads around this, which is why we must come into the heart in order to understand it, or at least get a glimpse of it. And that is that it sees nothing outside of itself. So that's a level of integrity that we rarely experience, right? We may be integrous in that moment by being honest and truthful and undivided in our intention. But rarely do we not see that in all those around us. In other words, as humans, we have a tendency to be in judgment of others. And the moment that we do that, we lose our integrity. We lose our unified field. And so we sort of fall out of the vibrational frequency of the God consciousness. So, this is something that we also have to accept just as being humans. So, the aspect then of accepting that we are the embodiment of the God consciousness tells us that we have the potential. We have the potential to be so integrous that we are the living example of that consciousness. And I believe that if you're here watching this video or listening to the video, that is your intention and that you strive for that in many different areas of your life. In fact, I would go out on a limb to say that it's probably a priority for you to know yourself more as the consciousness of God, as that embodiment, because you are continuously drawn to opportunities to raise your vibrational frequency. That's why you're here. And so, as we raise our vibrational frequency, we then have access to that more integrous stream of consciousness. So we step out of our humanness and more into our godliness. And then we can get a taste, or like I said, sometimes even just a glimmer. But this is what is at work within us. And it's why we react when we are disappointed in ourselves. What happens when we fall far from where we want to be? Number one, we know that judgment is the work of the ego, and in that moment, it has distracted us. It has torn our attention from working to be this unified field of God consciousness in our everyday life. And it has distracted us. Smoke screens, all kinds of things that it uses as diversions. It's also part of the human existence. So we, in that moment, have a choice. We have a choice to go into this downward spiral of guilt and shame and remorse and all of that, or to pick ourselves back up, dust ourselves off, and say, okay, I'm ready to give it another go. And this is where I want to talk about the energy itself of integrity. Because the energy of integrity, as I said, is a word that we could use to describe the clear stream of consciousness of love, of God. And so that vibrational frequency is one that is always present, and it's always drawing us to it. And so, as we allow that through the acceptance of who we really are, we are allowing ourselves to be drawn into that higher vibrational frequency. Now, there are things that we can do that will enhance that will sort of accelerate that trajectory of energy. Those things are working to be honest, to be transparent, where it's safe to be transparent, where we are integrous with our knowingness that this is our true nature. So, this working to be a model of integrity for ourselves to follow is one where we start to be able to walk this walk, not just talk the talk. We can walk the walk because we know that there are certain things that we can do. We can um, we can be very clear about the life that we want to live. We can embark upon an intimate journey within ourselves to release or let go of the things that stand in our way, the things that often come up as we are judging others. We can remain in process of creating this super consciousness where we recognize very quickly, very early on, when we are deviating from that path. But we can also make it a clear intention so that we are constantly feeding the energy that has the potential to keep us integrous. We do that by what you're doing now, watching videos, listening to material of, teachers who you resonate with, um, making certain that we feed our spirit above all things, putting that in the forefront of our lives. So we do this with the clear intention to always bring ourselves back into that clear stream of consciousness where we are a unified field. And it doesn't matter if it's for 30 seconds or an hour or a nanosecond. It's our intention to do so and what we do, what the actions are that we take to keep us integrous with our intention that builds that energy, that frequency takes us higher and higher and higher. And that is the greatest act of self love. So I hope this has left you with um, something to let marinate inside and take these thoughts into yourself, giving yourself permission to really take them to heart and to start to bring all of your faculties into being in alignment with what it is that you want to be living. And of course, that is a life where you are honoring yourself. You are living authentically as an authentic expression of you and your greatest version of you, I might add. And also to live a life where you are compassionate to yourself and to others, loving and kind, tender, generous. These are all qualities that will enable us to maintain that intention and the integrity of the life that we are creating right here and right now. So let me leave you with this affirmation. I am. I am already whole. I am already a clear stream of consciousness of love. That is the love that has created me. I am. You certainly are. So much love to you. And of course, I'll see you right back here again next week. And in the meantime, have a wonderful time creating this self love lifestyle and enjoy all of the rewards of that. So much love. Bye bye now.